Again, developing tonight and tomorrow morning. Changes are on the way. They are coming, and we've got a big change coming next week with a huge drop in our temperatures. But before we get to that, we deal with the pesky nighttime and morning fog. Good visibility, and once the fog does lift, we enjoy plenty of sunshine, although way too warm for mid-December. 76 our current temperature. Dew points in the 60s. Light winds out of the southeast right now at around 3 miles an hour. Again today, way too close to the record. 79 is where we topped out at Kenner, only 3 degrees off of the record, and our morning low of 66 is our average high for this time of year. In the 70s across the board with dew points in the 60s. So as those temperatures get closer to the dew points, usually after about 9-10 o'clock, we begin with the low cloudiness and then the fog developing, especially when we have a light wind, which we'll see again through the overnight period. Now we're still under a ridge of high pressure, and that'll continue into tomorrow, but some changes are coming in the short term for the weekend. There is a weak little upper disturbance that's going to scoot on by. Nothing very potent with this system, but it is going to force a very weak front into the area for Sunday. That'll bring in a chance for some scattered showers and storms. Timing still being worked out, but it looks like more mid-morning and into the early afternoon. And then the late afternoon and evening Sunday should be dry as that feature moves on. This is the one we've been talking about. Big upper trough that's going to bring in first a chance for some stormy weather, and then as it continues to deepen across the central United States, bring in some very cold air. But we are looking at a risk of severe weather starting Tuesday going into early Wednesday morning. Now the bullseye for severe weather does look like it'll be more to our north. I would venture to say we'll probably be placed under a level 2 risk of severe weather, with most of the focus to our north with this system. Then on Wednesday, as kind of the tail end of the front is moving through, we'll still have probably a low end risk of severe storms, but that will be quickly tapering off once the front does clear the area. We're starting to maybe get a better idea of the timing of the front for mid next week, and it may be more Wednesday morning, and then the rest of the day we'll see falling temperatures because we are going to be tapping into cold. Now Arctic air has kind of gotten shifted back north of the Arctic Circle or more around Hudson's Bay. However, the upper pattern looking forward, and this is taking us into the end of next week and weekend, the upper pattern looks to consistently bring down several surges of colder air and likely to keep us chilly through the rest of the month, at least through Christmas, if not through New Year's Eve, as the likelihood of us staying below average continues to increase kind of beyond Wednesday when the temperatures start to fall. Weak frontal boundary to our north. That has been a stationary front sitting there for the last several days. Folks up to our north are tired of it, and it'll finally start moving south with that little upper disturbance that'll move in for the weekend. Tomorrow, again, we'll start off with some patchy fog and then plenty of sunshine. And then here comes this little system during the before noon hour. We'll have the thunderstorms, some scattered showers and storms at that moving through the area. And then hopefully by about 4 or 5 o'clock, most of that rainfall will be gone. With that front, there is a low-end risk severe weather primarily to our west. It looks like as that line approaches us by Sunday, it will be weakening. So the front on the way for Sunday, all it really is doing is helping our rain chances. It's the stronger front late Tuesday, early Wednesday morning that brings in the storms and then the temperatures falling through the day. Look at our morning lows, 40s, 50s Thursday, 30s, 40s Friday, with high temperatures staying in the 50s and breezy.